morning, students. This is your Srijita ma'am with your English literature class. So, I think you are all okay, staying safe at home. Now, today, before I start, I will discuss about the homeworks that I have given in the previous tutorial video. So last day I have given you some mixed sentences to write by your own. Hope you all have done it, right? Now these mixed sentences you will obviously write by your own, but for your help I am also giving some of the sentences for your help. So the first word is morning. He takes a bath every morning. Next one, warning. We received advance warning about the flood. Next one, imagine. I can hardly imagine such a scene. Next one is tumble. Waterfalls crush and tumble over the rocks. Next one, cry. She gave a great cry. So these are the few sentences that I am giving for your understanding. You can write this, you can write your own sentences, no problem, but the sentences should be grammatically correct, right? Okay, you all have understood, isn't it? Now, students, as I have completed two chapters with you, one is A Chameleon Named Henry, and the second one is the poem that is Snow. So, today we will revise both the lessons, okay? So, let us start strengthening our memories. We will start with the summarizing of the first chapter. Okay. The first one is A Chameleon Named Henry. Now, Ruskin Bond is an Indian author and the narrator of the story. This story is from Ruskin Bond's book named Grandfather's Private Zoo. This is a story of Henry the pet chameleon. So this much we all know, right? So one day when Ruskin Bond's grandfather was walking to a friend's home, he saw some people gathered at the garden gate, ready to kill a poor chameleon who was out for sunning in the winter. He brought it home. Whom he has brought it home? The grandfather has brought the chameleon to home. Ruskin, as a boy, would often tease the chameleon by tickling a finger at its ribs or placing his finger into its mouth. Henry always looked around with suspicion and never cared enough to bite Ruskin. So Henry always looked around with doubt, but he never cared enough to bite Ruskin Bond. Henry didn't create any trouble at home, but somewhere else. Do you know where it is? So let us find that. When the papayas in the garden ripened, grandmother filled a basket for Mrs. Ghosh, the principal of a nursery school. Henry, while searching for his food, that is insects, went inside the basket and did not come out. In the school, when Mrs. Ghosh was examining the basket for ripened ones, all of a sudden Henry came out. Seeing a chameleon in the basket, she screamed out aloud in horror. Another teacher too joined her. Henry was confused at the reaction of the ladies. It got so frightened that it ran away from the window. The incident reached up to the grandmother, but grandmother does not tell Mrs. Ghosh that the chameleon belonged to them. After a few days, Ruskin found Henry sunning on the wall of the garden. Thereafter, it lived there in the garden. So, the story is written in a simple and lucid way, highlighting the human animal relationship in a most funny way. Alright. Now we will summarize the poem, that is Snow. Vijay Nambisan was an Indian poet, writer, and journalist. The poet has never seen snow before and imagines what it is like when it snows. He imagines that it will snow one night so that he can wake up to a lovely surprise. He then tells us how he plans to enjoy himself in the snow. Now, in this poem, the poet was amazed to see the snow fall for the first time. One day in the morning, when he was going out to fetch the milk, he saw snow all over around. He has never seen snow in real life. Only he imagined that it is white and it falls. He explained that the snow becomes crispy in the morning and soft in the night, and it falls without any warning. He has confused that how he will walk on the snow and how he will tumble and spin in the snow. He wanted to play with it and enjoy every moment of it. Right? So, the poet who has never seen snow before wanted to imagine how snow looks like in his childhood. Right? He wondered what will happen if it falls suddenly from the sky, which is white in color. He imagined that one morning he would open the door of his house to bring the morning's milk from the milkman. Inside his house, he would find that all around his house there is full of snow fallen from the sky and lying still. He then planned how he would enjoy himself in the snow. Now, the poet who has never seen snow before get overexcited, not knowing what he would do with the snow. He felt like rolling in the snow, moving unsteadily like a spin until his neighbors next to his house shouted upon him in order to stop him and send him back to his house. Right. So, this is a funny poem meant for little children like you all, so that you can also imagine imaginary things like the poet. Hope you all have understood both the lessons, right? Now, the students, I have given you some word meanings and question answers solved from both the chapters. Hope you all have copied those things and learnt it also, isn't it? To check what you have learned today, I will take one revision test. Okay. I will be sending one scanned page which will consist few short questions whose answers you are going to write by your own. Alright. Note, the students, if you have any query or any doubt, you can directly send me a mail and I will try to solve it, or else I will discuss these answers in the next tutorial video. Okay, hope you all have understood what I am trying to say. So, you will take one fresh page in your classwork copy only in that page you are going to put the date of that particular day. Then you will make the heading as revision. You will write the chapter names, that is a chameleon named Henry, and then you will write the next one, that is snow. Then you will start writing the question answers. Now the students, you will copy down all the questions and then you will write the answers. Is it okay? I am just prompting out the questions for you all so that you can understand. So, the first question that I have given for your revision, that is, write the meanings of some words. The first one is gestures, next one swiftly, third one wobbled, fourth one suspicion, fifth one sleeping, sixth one bulging, seventh one is convinced, eighth one is shrieking, ninth one is crisp, and the tenth one is tumble. These word meanings are all from your book itself. Hope you all know these word meanings. Hope you all have learnt it, right? So, write these word meanings without looking at the book, right? After that, you will draw a line, then you will start writing the question answers. Okay, I have given only few short questions that you can write by yourself, right? So, the first question is, what did people say about Henry? This you all know, right? What the people have said about Henry, this you all know very well. Next one is how Henry used to take food from the author. This also you know, how Henry used to take food from the author. The third one, why Henry's eyes were his remarkable possession. This is a very important question. This you must know. Number 4 is, what does the poet mean by without warning? This I think you can understand from which chapter it is and what the poet means to say. I think you all can write, right? And the last question is, what will happen on one morning? So, this also I think you can understand from which chapter it is. So, I think you can write all these question answers by your own. Isn't it very easy for you? So, as you have been notified from the school that in the next week you will not get any tutorial videos from the school. So, what will you do in that time? As per my suggestion, students, if you missed any of the recordings from any of the teachers, you try to listen to those particular subjects recordings once again. Or if you have already heard those tutorial videos, then also hear it once more so that it will be easy for you to understand it in a better way. Okay, since you do not have the books along with you, the more you hear those video clips, you can understand it better. Right. So, in the next week, you are all going to listen it, listen the tutorial videos twice or thrice as much possible by you people. No, I am not telling that to listen to those boring videos all the time. You must play at home, but stay safe. Okay. You will also write the classworks and homework assignments that your teachers have given you. You will finish it up all those things in the next week. Okay. Then you will send it to the teachers if you have any doubt. For my part also means for your English literature class also, if you have any problem regarding my subject, if you have not understood any portion, you can write those things in a particular mail and send it to me. Or if you have any query regarding any question, that also you can send it to me by a mail. Okay. In the next week, I will try to solve your problems as much as it possible. Okay. And these question answers I will be again discussing with you in the next tutorial video, that is next to next week's video that you are going to get. Okay. For your interest, this much I can say that in the next tutorial video you are going to listen a much more interesting story than this. Okay, so be ready for it. Okay, thank you, my students.